I actually disagree. I think that there will always be a new scam, right? Like basically what's happened is
100%.
that basically like I mean, obviously that's kind of an asinine statement. Obviously there will always be a new scam, but I think what's going to happen is like as Bitcoin continues to get tested over and over and over again, the affinity scams will get closer and closer and closer to Bitcoin, right? This cycle we're starting to see things that are like we're a side chain on Bitcoin, like fucking stacks, right? Has nothing to do with Bitcoin. They literally just take a hash of the block and then they call it like proof of like transcendency or something like that. Has nothing to do with it. But they're using that claim, and when you go to the website, it's like we're on Bitcoin, and it's just a total shitcoin, right?
The
That
next
kind
time
of
will be
thing.
equity in your Bitcoin. That'll be the next
Sure,
wave of scams.
My point is though, my point is whatever it is, there will always be a new thing. And Lamar, to your point, it's like I agree. Again, I'm not saying that you shouldn't keep doing what you're doing, but the thing is, you are one person, and you have a very, very unique ability to do that. And the reality is, there are dozens of extremely smooth talk. Like in order for someone to be able to articulate these concepts as clearly as you can, with as much compassion as you can, like I honestly don't know anyone else who is capable of doing that in the way
Yeah,
that you do
it's
it. But here's the
True.
thing.
level is different,
But
Lamar.
here's the thing. It is like pennies on the dollar to hire people who are super fucking slick and will get up on a stage and just be extremely charismatic as you are, and will just tell lie after lie after lie after lie. And unless there's someone like you who is one in a million who can match that charisma and then also take them apart on the technical aspects, it's just they will just win every time. And the sort of like the dumber or the less technically skilled technique in order to dispel that kind of nonsense is you don't even try to engage with them, because if you do, it's it's like whack-a-mole. There are 10 of those like super smooth talking assholes who are just shilling lies for every, actually there's like 100 for every one of you, and let's say there's 10 for every one of, for every like one of me, right? You just can't engage all of them in that way. You have to just be like knocking them down left and right. Otherwise, you'll never get to speak to as many people as we need to.
Well, so PP, hold on.
Lamar.
I think the one thing I've seen Lamar actually do in the way he's able, not only the way he's able to control a conversation, but he just keeps the stage small. And he says, I'm up here alone. Come up here and tell me why XRP is better than Bitcoin. And that is actually seems like a very effective thing, because there's a lot of people in the audience who listen to him talk. Like, you could do the same thing. Like, imagine no one would come on stage with you because they'd be terrified. But like, imagine if you were up on stage and it's just like, hey, one by one, we can have a conversation about why you're
It's still
completely
not
wrong.
scalable. This isn't
It doesn't
scalable. This
Well,
isn't
no,
scale.
it's not
scale. This isn't
scalable
scale.
at all. But that's what I'm saying. That's why Lamar
Right.
is
P, I
very
think
effective.
I know, but that's the thing though. Like you need like what P's trying to say is that there are like this is like fighting the Vietnamese War. Like, yeah, we have like all these weapons and we have like the nuclear weapon, but they could just keep throwing people at you. And P's right, man. Like you go through this cycle on this on this, especially on this platform, you can get caught into the Twitter sphere as well. But the reality is like at some point you just realize you're fighting like a losing battle. Like even if you win the actual technical argument, most people are too stupid to understand that you even won. And that's assuming you have God's patience like Lamar. Like there are literally times where I get impatient with how patient Lamar is, like, and God bless him, because he's doing literally God's work, in my opinion, like saving families, saving people's financial futures, even when they don't know it. But like if the only way we win this is to have Lamar, like everybody be Lamar, that's just like not a reasonable expectation. Like very few people have command of the topic the way he does, and the more command of the topic you have, the less patience you probably have with a bunch of dummies.
It's
Like
about
man, I
culture,
just
though, right? So
Not to
we have to
mention
create culture around this stuff. That's what's going to stop the. So you look at different countries in the world. You look at different Bitcoin and blockchain conferences. You even look at state to state, city by city. There's different cultures that create different standards and understanding. Here in Vancouver, there's all sorts of shitcoinery and Ponzi schemes. I have great time shutting people down at these conferences, knowingly. But you have to create a culture where attacking these bad actors is normal, where it's taboo to talk about some of these products in these spaces. Culture is the solutions. It's not a single person. Sorry, Junsa.
Yeah, good, Alistair.
real simple. The thing I disagree with Lamar on is that people are smart. Lamar, people are dumb as shit.
So I think okay, just really quickly though, one thing that Lamar has done is he's built up a brand, and there's like this agglomeration effect that when his room is running, like interesting people want to be on there, and so then he can like there are rules to how you win on Clubhouse. He's mastered those rules. His rooms get big, and so as a result, he can project his message. So regardless of what we want him to do, he's going to continue, and it's a very positive thing for Bitcoin. Really quickly, so June 7th, dude, you had an interesting point a couple weeks ago where you said, you guys are lame and you can't do TikTok. So I just want to let you know, because you said it so strongly, I started a TikTok and I reached 30,000 followers just recently.
Congrats.
And it's really cool because what you can do, yeah, and what you can do is, like kind of like I was saying with Lamar, is once you develop your own distribution, nobody can stop you. So I realized that this is, if you guys follow Joe Weisenthal or Tracy Alloway, who are bloggers for Bloomberg, this is what they do. They have a massive audience and they try to trigger Bitcoiners into getting engagement. And there's nothing to stop us from doing the same. So each of us should be focused on increasing our influence, increasing our distribution, so that we can spread our positive message. There's literally nothing stopping you from doing this.
That's
Jeet,
amazing,
how many
Jeet.
I love
dances
that.
hold on a
I
sec.
love
I
that.
totally agree, but how many dances did you do on TikTok to get 30,000 followers? Is what I want.
Yeah, dude, that's the thing. You don't. So that's the thing. I first of all, I can't dance for shit. So no, I mean, look, so what it's about, dude, is all this TikTok and all these people are commodity people. Okay, they're not adding value. So when you get in there and it's like you're talking like statistics and you're just being knowledgeable and you're like clearly trying to help them. And also, by the way, like you can study TikTok and find out what works, which is keep your message short, start off with a hook in the beginning. I personally play Rush music in the background, and like people fucking love that. So like there's like these little tactics you can do to build it up. But yeah, there's nothing stopping anyone from doing this, and I encourage everyone to do it. Start a TikTok and
Dude, you talked
push
about
our
this a
message.
few weeks ago. Did you really get 30,000 like followers in
Jeet,
that short
who
period
Fuck
of
yeah,
time?
bro.
who said
That's
that you couldn't
awesome.
do it?
Well, I think we were just discussing it, and I'm teasing June Seth a little bit. Obviously, I agree with a lot of stuff he says, but he was like, you guys are like corporate as shit, and you can't do it. And I just got so fucking angry. I was like, fuck you. Like, I'm definitely doing it now.
What I said was you can't do it with group action. Individuals have to do it.
Yeah, right. But so still the thing was, I was just like, well, watch, and it works though. Like, there's nothing stopping any of us. TikTok is like, I think TikTok, and then I've also been doing a lot of studying. Reels on Instagram is huge. So if anyone wants to start an Instagram and you do Reels, it amplifies your message for you.
The other one right now is Shorts on YouTube. But generally speaking, you just want to look at all these large social media providers and whatever the most
Are we
recent
really
product
starting
they
to
offer.
get like how to grow your social audience room?
Absolutely not.
That's sick, Jeet. I mean, my big issue with what was going on was that there was like after Elon, everyone got into a room and was like retardedly trying to plan out their like group action plan, and I said that you can't do that because all you're trying when I see groups get together and do that, I know exactly what's happening. It's just that the lame people in the group who don't want to do anything are trying to like project manage everyone else who will, and I fucking hate that.
Makes sense.
So, G, what was your first post on TikTok like? 'Cause
No,
usually they put you in the front.
Talk about something besides
Trying,
growing
that's
your
all I
personal
was doing
brand.
right now is trying to find Jeet's TikTok right now. That's all I'm doing.
Go find it, watch it.
Okay, guys,
take the
just do me a
lessons.
favor. I'm trying to like, this is a huge room. Just don't share it if you find it. But I'll just tell you what it is. But just don't share it. Do me a favor. I don't want to like mix streams or whatever. I'm still trying to figure it out and experiment with it. It's called The Bitcoin Files, like one word. So you can just check it out.
Gotcha.
Anyways, but yeah, the point is nobody can stop you. So in the same way the shitcoiners are out there doing their thing, there's nothing to stop you. One of the things that Vitalik and team do is they use the language of Silicon Valley. So in the same way, we can use the language of common people. Like in my TikToks, I'm always like, hey, what's out there? Like hashtag aliens, hashtag weightlifting. And like, so just getting into these streams and like nobody can stop you.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
let's do it.
That's great.
And if you look at my
I
videos,
love
it's
it
like
so much.
yeah, if you look at my videos, one of them is like, hey, why are inflation statistics wrong? Why is the price of lumber up? Why, is inflation sus? ? Like, nothing to stop you from spreading our messages.
Is inflation sus?
Oh my god, I love it. I love it so much.
This is great, Gene. I'm looking at these videos. It's fucking hilarious. Well done.
Wait, where was
Thanks,
it? I
dude.
couldn't find it.
I think
I'm
we
not
can
allowed
we
to
can step
share.
it up a notch though. Like, like is Bitcoin the ultimate donkey show? Stuff like that. Like really just kind of like.
What does that mean?
There's a
Donkey show?
format that you should follow, G. There's a guy that does like a green screen backdrop where he's sort of like a ditzy person talking about some topic, and then he brings it in with real statistics while also being funny. I'll find the profile. I feel like that would be really good for what you're trying to do.
Yeah,
Colin, send it to me too if you find it. I'm curious. All right, let's move on.
I'll send it to you.
Let's move away from the. I think it's really important though, G. I think that's super compelling, and interesting. What I heard you say though is that the intense, like, aggravating strategy that June Seth used in that conversation motivated you to go make this like major action.
Yeah,
hashtag maximal.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm
dude. Not your coin stuff, right? It's about culture, and sometimes you need to be hard. We need to harden the culture.
Alex, hold on, I wanted to hear what G was going to say.
Look, 90% of the time, I'm like I would agree with June. So I don't really. I know he's like an OG. I haven't been around the whole time or whatever, but from what I've heard, I feel like I agree with him 90% of the time. So when I heard him saying like, it's not possible or whatever, yeah, I mean, like I'm like, I guess there's different personality types. I'm definitely like, on that side of things where I prefer the aggressive, like, let's figure out what the reality is.
I was misunderstood.
Gee, it's not possible for you to send me 6.15 Bitcoin. I promise you, very not possible.
Gee, I did not say it wasn't possible. What I said was that group action is retarded.
I actually, June Seth, I agree with you motivated one person to actually prove your thesis that one person is more important than group action.
Right.
I'm just glad that he did it. I mean, this is great. 30,000 people. That's sick. That's a big reach.
Yeah, dude. And
nice.
I paused making videos for a while, but I'm gonna get back to it. But like, the thing is, like, I'm not even a good speaker. If you like watch, you'll see like where I'm stuttering or whatever. And there's people who are more photogenic, and so like, I don't know. I think everyone should just experiment a little bit and see if it works.
Hashtag weightlifting.
Yeah, dude. Yeah.
Do you
hashtag
twerk
UFOs
in these videos?
What was that?
Do you do any twerking in these videos?
No. Do you think that would help or?
No, I don't think you can do it because it's like the group action, whatever the fuck June Sith says. So yeah, it's not gonna work.
I've been selling blow up.
Here's the takeaway from me from this whole thing though is like, there's certain things that work, and so like one of those things is like so Safadine writing that book Bitcoin Standard is extremely scalable. Creating a TikTok where you can like get your message out there is scalable, and so I think you should be willing to take some short-term hit to do the long-term thing. And I don't know, that's kind of my takeaway. I think the TikTok thing is one thing, and then potentially like taking some Twitter stuff and putting it into blog posts or something. I'm not sure, but there needs to be some way we can continue to transmit the knowledge, and maybe get it. I don't know if it's like get it to high schoolers or get it to college students somehow or something like that.
I mean, the Medium stuff.
I think someone should make a board game.
Medium's a lot more. It has a lot more practical reach. I think, if you want to write articles and have it affect a lot of people.
Right to Bitcoin.
It depends on the demographic. If you're trying to get to young people, you need to use TikTok and Instagram Reels.
But like, can they even sign up for these accounts?
You're all right. I mean, I found use Robinhood. That's where do you think all this Wall Street bet stuff came from? It's a lot of kids with, money and Robinhood accounts.
The best way to get the best strategy that I personally found for getting the broadest reach possible is just sign spinning. You just like find a busy intersection and you just get real good at like tossing those signs around. That's what I've been doing. All right.
No, I think it's an important thing though, G. Like I think what's notable for me, like, is the fact that it really takes one talented person to figure something out. Saifuddin's book is a good example, although I reject that he's talented. But you're right; it is scalable to write a book, and it's scalable to run a TikTok. And I think if you can do that and create a little bit of like, amass a group of people, it just makes your voice actually somewhat important.
Yeah, information scales, people don't. Gee, I'm watching these videos and my favorite part is like how hard and like stoic you are, and you got this rose mug in your hand that only like you could have in a South Asian or Arab household. I love that shit. That shit is awesome.
Gee, here's maybe another scalable option. If you know what you're doing is working, why don't you write a script or like a playbook so other people who also have that skill set can replicate your TikToks?
It changes very quickly, right? So a lot of the techniques, you have to, if you want to stay ahead of a lot of the social media stuff, you just have to leverage whatever the Titan's new application is. So when stories come out, or when shirts come out, or when they're trying to build out, like Google Plus was incredibly powerful for your SEO when that first was established. It would really help your website ranking. You just have to basically use whatever the brand new thing they're trying to sell. That's what they're going to promote, and they're going to blow up. Like, it's constantly changing.
I mean more like composition of the TikTok and like what Jeet was saying, the hook with the facts and the actual value add and that sort of thing.
Yeah, but again, isn't TikTok like an entirely trend-based thing? So you could get a format that works, and then all of a sudden there's 10 new formats that blow up. So again, I think there might be formats that work, but the best working formats on TikTok are the ones that literally are just chasing trends.
You sort of
exactly.
You sort of vitiate your own voice when you tell people how to do what you're doing. Just to point that out there, like if you want to be like, everyone's looking for a guide, everybody's looking for like other people to do their work. Like, it's a lot of the marketing stuff it's not quite like learning to optimize fees on Lightning Network or something where you could replicate someone else's strategy. It's really something that you have to do, and you have to do very uniquely to you.
I agree with that.
It's so on the one hand, if you really want to try to get on the trending page, there's like the list of trending stuff. You just go down the list. But part of what I was trying to do here was be very different from what you normally see on TikTok. But like in the beginning, you just got to cap. I just feel like the key thing is in the first 10 seconds, there needs to be something interesting that you're saying, and then after that, once you've got them, you can keep talking for 2, 3, 4 minutes.
June Seth, did I hear you compliment the Bitcoin standard about a minute ago?
No.
Okay, sorry, misheard.
I want to hear more about that board game.
I've thought long and hard about doing a board game that's like a combination card game / board game where you basically replicate like the blockchain war. And I've tried to put it together. In my head, it's a very complicated task. I'm not exactly like a board game designer, but I think someone could make a board game that would like teach kids how blockchains work very easily.
If you're
and they
actually
wouldn't even know they're
interested in doing
learning
that,
it. Say it again.
If you're actually interested in doing that, I know some of the larger indie card game manufacturers or game designers rather.
Yeah, I'm extremely interested in putting it together. It's something that like I've put a lot of thought into. But like, I think you could do things like have cards and sort of like mining operations, and basically replicate miners with dice and stuff like that. And
there is
basically
a game. There is a game like that.
Yeah.
It's called Shamari.
Yeah.
SHARY.
You should check it out. I got it actually. I picked those things up. You get it for my kids. It's got it maybe a few years early, but Fold just created a similar thing, and they only made 500 of these, but they made like Monopoly into Bit-opoly with dice and cards. It's similar to Shamari in the medium, but Yeah, I think games could be fun. I think games could crack through to a different demographic, and I also think like being unique to your brand is what you talked about there. June Seth is important. Like I don't think there is a copy and paste. I think there's a little bit of like what works and what doesn't, but
Yeah.
I think strategically, don't try to go make Jeet's videos. Like his videos work for him, but I do think everyone you can see the simplicity of what he's created pretty quickly. And I think what you can glean from that is that you can create this with probably not a tremendous amount of effort. With like all due respect, like that's really awesome. Like, gee, I'm watching these; these are fucking dope.
And I'm looking at Shamri now. Like this is cool, but what I'm kind of talking about is something that you could brand not as a Bitcoin game, but like literally you could take the dynamics of Bitcoin and just make them a game that is that would be exactly what Bitcoin is without like actually referencing it. I think you could probably do that. But this is cool.
Yeah, Shamri's like a version of Memory, the memory game where you flip cards over and try to match. That's kind of their version of mining.
So is it like Drug
I
Wars
would.
where it's like Drug Wars where Craig Wright goes around and tries to pay people in one city to do something else in a different city?
I've thought a lot about like the possibility of like using dice where like you throughout the game have to get a lower and lower number on the dice in order to mine, stuff like that.
Hash wars, the concept of hash wars to me is really interesting, where you have different people vying for different amounts of the hash to be the one true chain, and you could deal with the 4-year cycle and things of this nature. And the chance cards could be, oh, your shitcoin went to zero, or this project rug pull minus $200. There's all sorts of really interesting ways to approach it for sure. But I think the core value there is that hash war thing, right? Because that's that mechanism that the one thing that I think people don't understand the most about Bitcoin is that Bitcoin will always be what the consensus says Bitcoin is, right? And a lot of people fuck that part up. Whenever they think of these black swan events or quantum computers or like China or any of these other things, none of it matters because ultimately it's a distributed consensus technology, and the hash wars would get like right at that core.
It's an interesting theory. I'll have to think about that one. It sounds somewhat plausible.
Hey, June Seth, what if you went like 2-dimensional like video game, like and like tailored it after some like Mario Brothers type of thing, or like like where
pretty
the enemies are the enemies of this stuff is just stupid FUD, and you get a mushroom to a green pump. No, I'm kidding, but like I think there is something to the gaming thing, but I actually think like touching the reach, like I'm going through all these videos in the background. Gee, these are like the topics you pick apart are all kind of things like even if you're not a Bitcoiner, and I think you probably did this purposely, like these are all things that not like you don't have to be a Bitcoiner to be interested in this topic.
Yeah, the goal. So it's very hard to convince somebody of something. Like, so here's the thing that so for Bitcoiners, we're trying to be honest with everyone. I'll never like try to like cheat somebody into something, but our opponents don't have the same morality. So like we shouldn't like, and so they're willing to like they arrested Ross, the fucking Aaron Schwartz, they like locked this kid up for giving people free academic papers. So they're willing to go to extremes. So like at the very least, what we should do is we should be willing to dismantle their worldview. And I think the most effective way to do that is you don't say, you don't go Alex Jones on them. But what you can say is like, hey, your entire worldview is based on the idea of continuing progress. Here's one specific area of history where there's not, continuing progress. Interesting. Why is that? Here's the statistical data behind that. And so, like, guys, like the one popular video of mine is like, hey, the airline speeds stopped increasing in 1971. And same thing is like when I do all the inflation videos, it's like, the government is telling you that the inflation is 3%, but in this key metric like lumber, where everyone can independently
So like
validate.
the lumber video is a good one because like that's one where like everybody's actually experiencing that. Like literally, I'm listening to my brother, who I did just get like I recently got him on Bitcoin, but it's like people can relate to that. And if you're a Bitcoiner, it's code. But if you're not a Bitcoiner, you just find it interesting. Like, oh shit, that's fucking like what's going on with lumber,
Yeah,
right?
and
And
my name,
that's the beauty of what you're doing. I like this shit.
yeah, my name is Bitcoin file, like the Bitcoin Files, so it's like really clear. I'm a Bitcoiner, but at the same time, like by choosing one small aspect, you can start to start. Nick, I learned this from there's this Nick Szabo article called Hermeneutics or something, where he talks about how this is how the like I guess you'd call them the woke people or whatever. This is how they like destroy traditions. They start in some small area, and then they use it to bridge out from there. And it's like, okay, sweet, now we have this technology as well. And so like let's do the same thing. You think your government is so good, well, hey, what about this aspect of it? Or you think your technology level is so high, well, why did it stall out in 1971? And just I just like throw charts in there. People love charts, and I try to limit it and not be like like crazy Bitcoiner. I just try to be like, look, the stats show this, and that's the limit
Cheat,
of
how
it.
much time are you spending on each of these videos? If that's a okay question to ask, you don't need to answer that.
Time check. We're 30 minutes into talking about Jeep's TikTok.
What
Aaron,
else are you talking about right now, Aaron? Suggest an
Yeah, what the
alternative
fuck?
that's all right, man. No, we don't need to continue talking about it. I mean, I
No,
spent.
I want to know more. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Me too.
I'm interested.
No, and then I want Aaron to give me something better if he's going to challenge it. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah,
Aaron,
and
ruining your night. But
No, I'm enjoying this shit. I've been bored as hell on Clubhouse for a month. Thank you for finally fucking making something interesting.
yeah, dude. So I try to do. I usually like record myself like 2 times or 3 times. The first time's usually a fuck up, and the second or third time it's fine. So that takes like 15 minutes, and then it's usually like 30 minutes of like furiously like editing things together.
fuck,
So like an hour.
fuck, that's a lot of work.
Yeah, it
No,
is.
it is.
The editing, dude. The editing takes so long. That's the worst part. It takes like 10x longer to edit.
Oh, fuck it. I'm not doing it.
But think about the
You
amount of
guys
time
do
that
it.
we spend repeating the same thing over and over on here.
But we're doing it for camaraderie and
Somebody
Yeah,
can
I
just
just
watch
come
your
to hang
TikTok
out
video
now.
again.
Yeah, I'm not here to convince
practicing.
anybody anymore. I'm here to help some people, but mostly to
What
hang
you
out with
guys
a bunch of
talking
people.
about?
Gay sex.
TikTok.
Where?
Gay sex
The
on
gay
TikTok.
sex? It's for
Where's
some
that
people.
at?
That's what we all knew Patrick
Third
Harris.
Street, Third Street.
That was a weird answer, by the way.
On the way.
It's not weird if it's coming from Jen Seth.
I don't think it was. Was it Jen Seth that said that?
I thought Ryan.
It was.
The third
It
street.
100% was.
Anyways, sorry about that. Let's move on. Let's talk about something else here.
Aaron got mad.
What else
Aaron
is?
had something better. Better have
Congratulations
something
on
better.
your huge TikTok, because that is actually incredible. 30,000 people
Yeah.
since that room.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, you
all
really
right,
do
so
have a very girthy TikTok.
Thank you for using the correct
Have
terminology.
you
Jim
have
Seth.
you
I
started
appreciate it.
monetizing it yet? That's all I care about.
Have you
no, I
monetized
don't
your
want to.
Let me know.
No, and dude, that's the thing. I don't want to monetize it. I'm just here. Here to have fun with it. And I feel like if you don't monetize it, you get a lot more freedom to just do whatever you want. If you
Yes.
monetize it, you probably have to, like, I don't know, like deal with.
I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
they will literally pay you like 10K to wear a watch 3 times on it and not even mention it. So
Well,
you could
it's
then
Yeah,
spend
but
that money on
easier.
like
Good
It's
life.
even
advertisement.
easier than that on TikTok. You
Do
can just
not
do the
believe that.
creators fund.
That is a lie.
That's not a lie.
It's 100% a
I've
lie.
I've done it with far less followers.
You can do the creators fund on TikTok, and they just pay you per like the amount of views that you have. It doesn't. You don't have to wear products and stuff. My friend
Yeah,
did it on
but
accident.
There's no way they'd let you advertise with no influence on the content.
Yeah.
yeah, and more importantly, like I just feel like
Is that the
I'm
case,
trying to
Alex?
keep it. I'm trying to keep it a neutral,
Well,
credible third
I was
party.
doing motorcycles and they paid me to wear watches on Instagram, so I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm sure they could.
Yeah, I mean, my experience.
You'd be
with
surprised how
advertising
much ROI is on something like that, right? They don't have to sell a lot of watches to get their money back.
Yeah, it's a good deal for them. I don't think the creators get very much out of it. There's so many creators with
Did you get to keep the watches?
Yeah, I get a watch for my wife as well.
Oh, what kind of watches?
That particular one was Movement.
Oh,
this is a Casio calculator watch.
Those are shit watches.
I mean, actually, it's not a bad watch, but it was the check that I was more concerned about. It was nice.
Is it a Casio calculator watch? That's all that
No,
matters.
it was a movement MVMT.
Oh, never mind. If it was Casio calculator, I want that watch.
You can buy them, Lamar. They released a bunch of new ones.
They brought them back. Oh my god!
Yeah, you can go get them. They're really cool. I have one myself.
Hit up their marketing team. That's what I'm saying. They're writing checks.
They're right next to my Beanie Baby.
That's the original smartwatch.
Oh my gosh, bro! They only $25. They only $25, and you can get like the white ones for $20.
You can get some more expensive ones too, though. But they're pretty sick.
It actually, the ones they gave us hold up real nice, but it's irrelevant. What I'm saying is, even if you have a small audience, if people aren't reaching out to you, your funnel isn't set up enough. You need like a I'mMe.com and here's my email to do business stuff, like very front and center, and you need that in all your bios, or you just need to start reaching out to people, and you'll be surprised how quickly people will. It doesn't have to be bad stuff. Like if you like the cold card, reach out to cold card and like do some cold card demos and see if they're gonna bless you. Start by giving some away and building an audience and using contests, and there's a lot of ways you can leverage this without having to be a shill. Personally, we don't ever take money from companies to like talk about anything in the blockchain space, but I'm happy to wear watches or clothes or I don't give a fuck.
Yeah,
But
how do I sign up for a Patek Aquanaut? They're only 40. Right?
Yeah, so what you can do is you can call Tiffany's, and and tell them you want to wear it in a TikTok video, and they'll put it in the mail, send it to you. You can have it.
I miss Tiffany.
I can bring her back.
Bring back Tiffany.
Please don't. Please. This
do.
is
Tiffany.
where
I need a Patek Aquanaut.
Yeah, bring her back.
The reason people like Tiffany
They're
is the
back.
same reason people like lapdogs.
No, people like Tiffany like they like car accidents. They can't take away their eyes, but they don't want to look either, and they can't stop looking, but they don't want to look. That's what
John is correct. John is correct. Yeah. That said, Alex, you can't be shilling for shitcoin watches like MVMT.
Hey, Shelley.
Well, that was years ago.
Too.
I'm a little more discerning these days, but no, I'm happy to. I was paid to post stuff on
Last time we
Lively for you.
diverged on a human, it was that girl who like tried to skin you and wear you virtually. What was her name again? What was that crackhead's name? You know what I'm talking about?
Are you talking about the one that
she took a profile and tried to be you and like took
Oh
over
yeah,
a room.
Trish.
Yeah, last time we diverged on another human in terms of like judgment and character, that was her, man. I'm telling you, Tiffany might not be that extreme, but she fucking crazy, dude.
Tiffany's
She might break. She might break.
I love
her.
Tiffany. No,
dude,
Tiffany's
she's gonna be your. I'm telling you right now, she's gonna land on your stalker list within the next 6 months. June Seth, you heard it here first.
I'm all about that. You can land on my stalker list.
Who the fuck is Tiffany?
Oh, you're gonna find out now that you said
exactly.
that. That's like that's the words that bring her into the
right? Yeah, I don't know who the fuck you're talking about.
She makes the
you do,
mosquito
Kaylee.
bracelets. Come on.
Oh,
Makes me more tolerant of evil.
The mosquito bracelets.
I know Tiffany.
She talks too much.
I told you.
I know.
I just forgot.
Tiffany probably.
I vote no.
Nice.
ETR, I got a picture of Tiffany.
Hey, Tiffany.
Hey, girl.
How again does she have a British accent? She hasn't explained that yet.
She has a Valley Girl accent.
It's totally a Valley Girl
like
accent.
British Valley Girl.
bring her up,
I don't understand that.
No talking shit. Let's get it
It's
going.
not really British. It's mostly Valley.
Oh man, she gives you like the Madonna after 6 months with Guy Ritchie British accent. Like really?
Is she in the room? Is she here?
Her
She could be here if
accent
you'd like her to be.
singers,
Shall I
She's
ping
the
her?
profile pic in
No,
Big Guy
don't.
Bikers.
Forget it. Let's keep
I
talking about
don't want to be
religious
nice
stuff.
to her.
Lamar, we have to buy this gold
I'm not
Casio
mean.
right here. That's what we got to do.
Oh man, they got the gold Casio.
Yeah, they got this the CA FIP 506 G9 AVT. I'll buy it if you buy it.
How much does this go for?
Shoot me the link on Twitter. Real talk.
I can't. I'm an anti-Semite.
I don't even wear watches, man. But I definitely will wear that one again.
Why don't you wear an Apple
calculator
Watch?
watches together, right?
Casios are hot right now.
You can definitely like look cool with that shit.
Lamar,
With the calculator one.
I'm not allowed on Twitter. I made anti-Semitic comments.
Got you.
Yeah.
Why did you do that?
I'm a follower of Louis Farrakhan.
Guys, I'm going to Whataburger. Does anyone want anything while I'm away?
Yeah, can you?
Do you know what their secret menu?
Can you
Can
say
give me
hi to
a
Fish?
Say hi to Fish. Ask for the secret menu, and what do you need, Pete?
Milkshake, please.
Lamar, how else do I send you this link?
Are you looking at the G-Shock? I don't see the gold calculator.
Well, are you on Telegram?
Yeah, I think I'm on Telegram.
What's your name on Telegram?
Wherever I am, it's always gonna be Big Ma, man. BIGMAI.
How much you want to spend on a gold Casio? Because I got like special edition calculator gold Casio watches authenticated with papers here that are like very, very exclusive.
Oh man, I see the $67 one on Amazon. I see it, bro. I'm gonna have to do that.
You get $64.95 on the Casio site.
Oh, I gotta go there. Okay, I'm going there. And I'm a PTR once I have it. I'm a PTR once I have it.
That 2 extra minutes going to the Casio site probably cost you like $50 at least, right?
No, it's not productive time. Not productive time.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
Hey, time off is productive time. It's recharging your batteries.
My phone battery is being charged right now.
The next thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna find a old school TI-82, man, and put a game on it.
Dude, when you were talking about games earlier, I was thinking about that game that we had when you had a TI-83 and it was like a drug dealer.
Drug game. Yeah, obviously.
That's what I was thinking about earlier when you were talking about that, dude.
Drug wars.
TI-84 is the best. Y'all are too old.
You fighting shitcoiners, fighting FUD, fighting mainstream media. Come on.
Did someone move a bunch of speakers into the audience a while ago?
Thank God if that's what happened.
I don't see anybody that was moved.
Because like Vinny, Keith, Bitlord, Minnesota Ruby, I thought they were all on stage.
Clubhouse needs a mod log, just like TeamSpeak used to have back in the day, where you could see who moved who where, who kicked who from the server.
Yeah, so that's a really good suggestion. But what they first need to do is remove this follow some speakers bar from the bottom of my fucking Clubhouse app.
Thank you.
Get rid of that.
That's gone though for me.
Does anyone know what happens if you push the button? Like, do you follow all the speakers?
No,
it gives you
just
a
gives you
list
the
of all of them.
But you don't want to push it because you don't want to follow all the speakers.
But aren't they
That's
already
actually
on
how you get
stage?
rid of
Like,
it.
you could just
No, it
follow
doesn't
them?
work.
No, they added that in because they weren't getting enough. Their numbers have been dropping off, and so they were desperately like, "How
they're
can we juice
desperate
this
for
thing?"
growth hacks.
They should just open it up to porn. That's how I always. That's
what that unsafe
it already is.
for. I thought.
That's how I grow traffic on every site I start.
No, but for real talk, June. I mean, literally, there already are those rooms.
What happened to the moan rooms?
I don't know, man. All I know is that there was a young cat that invited me to come to a room. It didn't have a title on it. I get in there. He invites me on stage. Well, what's happening? All of these people start coming in. Then I look around and like every profile is like a naked woman. And he's like, "It's demon time, bro."
But I'm hoping
I went into one the other day and there was a bunch of nudes.
I'm hoping that Clubhouse dies a very quick death and that Twitter Spaces takes over so that I'm not allowed to use it. Then I have an excuse.
I heard Facebook is coming.
Oh, good. Facebook.
You can go to an anti-Semitic
Who's coming?
app.
If there's I want the anti-Semitic version.
That's terrible.
What is?
June Seth is the proud owner of StartAsianHate.com right there.
That's right.
Good. Yeah, I'm not surprised.
That's right. AIDS is really hard to get.
I'm sorry that hasn't worked out for you yet.
I think that's the most offensive fact that you can drop about AIDS.
You know what I just realized? Mano, you have Cicely Tyson up as your profile, and I was just talking about that. That is funny.
I do.
Yeah, someone moved G down too.
What?
I was
Bring him
told
back.
that I look like the young Cicely Tyson, so it's an honor.
Oh yeah, Cicely Tyson's beautiful. She was beautiful, I should say. I just think it was crazy because I literally clicked another thing. It was like, and you know, there were some formative people that were really interested in Ethereum, like Oprah Winfrey and Cicely Tyson. It was hilarious.
At least Oprah is alive, so and Cicely Tyson, I don't think so at this point.
Right. Oh my gosh, G got moved down too.
I invited him back up.
I moved
He came
P and June stuff because I think they moved Jeep down. We'll figure out. Don't mod them, please.
He's
What the
already
hell? Why would I move Jeep down?
I don't know. You just seem like you would.
Because you love to
Son of a
move people,
bitch.
P. It's a reputation. It's
I
preceded
have
you.
no idea what you're
June
talking about.
stuff may be
I did
collateral
it.
damage. If so, I
I did it.
apologize.
Yeah, I was moving
For the
moving
first
everyone
2
down.
months of P's Clubhouse
But
experience.
I don't believe
Plus,
you
you're
when you say you do
anti-Semitic,
stuff now
so
after
you
yesterday.
can't be a mod.
What do you mean?
I'm literally half Jewish. I can't be anti-Semitic.
No, I'm talking about June stuff.
I'm literally a
We moved
Judean.
on. We moved on to June stuff.
But on the
Half
wrong
half
side,
Jewish, half
isn't
black.
it? Wrong side.
Yes,
you don't
you know.
believe me?
Oh, you mean your dad is Jewish, your mom is not.
We had this conversation, P.
Exactly. Look, I'm a heathen. I get it. But that doesn't mean that I'm still 50% Ashkenazi Jewish in terms of fucking 23andMe. So
That means that he's smart, and that's not anti-Semitism.
P, did you have a bar mitzvah?
I did, yes.
Did you get $20,000 checks?
No. I did and I didn't. I was like, I don't want to have a big party, which was fucking stupid of me, obviously. I was like, I just want to do the thing and then be good to go. And so my grandpa gave me a watch, and that was it.
I was surprised, P, when I met you that you're Jewish. You didn't even come with any horns or anything to the dinner.
I filed them down.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I'm also a carrier for Fanconi anemia type C.
Oh.
Which is some wacky ass, Ashkenazi Jewish bullshit. And I'm 2% Neanderthal.
Well, that I could have guessed.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, you take what you can get.
I'm sad I've broken trust with Shelly. Shelly doesn't believe me anymore on things.
Okay, now I might just be out of the loop. What the heck does the horns mean? I'm just gonna ask that straight up. Like, what the heck?
No, Jews. Yeah, so Lamar, Jews have two things that they do. They are born with horns, and they lay eggs.
What the heck? It gotta be straight racist, right?
No, just ask Louis Farrakhan.
Yeah.
Yeah, so these are classic anti-Semitic.
Meme is not the right word. Yeah.
Memes. It's like
tropes.
Tropes. I wonder when those
racist
first,
tropes.
Yeah, I wonder when those first came into existence. I wonder if it was most during World War II or much earlier. I actually don't know the history.
Probably the first time someone saw one of them lay an egg.
I mean, look, all joking aside, I did hatch out of an egg, but that has nothing to do with the fact that I'm Jewish.
You're not really Jewish.
But that's because are you a
Terrence? How dare you insult my people?
No, because your mom is not. I know this.
Terrence,
it's common knowledge.
Who do you think you are to tell me that I didn't hatch out of a fucking egg?
First of all, I'm probably
whom do you think
more
you are?
Jewish as a non-Jew. I'm a practicing non-Jew.
Terrence,
you're a
I wasn't done
non-practicing
speaking.
Jew. You're not even
thank
Jewish.
You for correcting me. Look, just because I have a Kwanzaa menorah does not mean that I can't claim my heritage. There's the 3 green candles, the 2 black ones, and then the 6 red ones, and they all represent different stages of the growth of an African American human being.
I'm gonna get kicked off Clubhouse for being anti-Semite now.
Yeah, I mean,
Hey,
the thing
P.
is, Clubhouse.
So are you a mono? P, are you a monotrim?
I'm gonna get kicked off Clubhouse for being anti-Semite now.
Yeah, I mean,
Hey,
the thing
P.
is, Clubhouse.
So are you a mono? P, are you a monotrim?
Am I a what?
Only if people.
Are you a monotrim?
That's a deep cut, bro. Yes, I am one of the earliest mammals. Monotremata, platypuses, and also echidnas. My mother was an echidna, and my father was a Jewish platypus.
And that's how you know so much about your cousins, the marsupials.
Yes,
P, that's interesting.
Gotcha.
My mother was an echidna, and my father was a hedgehog.
That's why we get along so well, despite your anti-Semitic rhetoric.
My father's name was Sonic.
He was a Rolling Stone, I heard.
That and a hedgehog. My mother's name was Knuckles, was what she went by.
Oh shit.
Wasn't Tails just like left out? Like Tails doesn't belong, right?
What do you mean?
Why would you say that?
I'm saying, man, Tails is kind of like different. Everybody else was, same family. Tails is.
He got made fun of a lot, Lamar. I mean, it's kind of it was rough being his older brother.
Yeah, I don't even think he was like. I think he was told that he was the brother, but truthfully, they had a different daddy for sure.
He had to inform his parents that he was adopted.
Yeah, he had to inform his parents he was adopted. Yes, exactly.
He's a kitsune, right? The Japanese nine-tailed fox. Except for real kitsune, or at least in the mist, that he's like badass, like succubus demon women, and Tails just got the short end of every fucking stick. He's this like goofy ass fucking fox creature that just gets made fun of all the time.
But he can fly, so that's pretty cool.
I mean, so can Mario when he puts on the Tanuki suit. Although one thing they didn't get right about that is that Tanuki, which are also a Japanese mythical creature, they also exist. They're like Japanese raccoons. They can grow their testicles into any size and any shape to solve any problem.
Is that really true?
We were talking about this the other day, man. It's the weirdest fucking thing. There are like hundreds of Japanese cartoons that are for kids that feature tanukis, which are this Japanese, it's like a troll. That and their special magical, look it up. I swear to God, Google it right now. Their special magical power is that they can turn their testicles into like any shape and like do it. They can make like bows and arrows out of them, or like shields.
It makes perfect
or like
sense, though. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking.
Yeah,
It's like
it's a good
it is-
lesson for kids to learn.
Yeah.
Excel in life. The bigger your balls, the better, for sure, in life.
I think the more versatile your balls, the better. I think that's the lesson,
Right.
to be honest, Kelly.
Right.
Like if you can fashion your balls into like a key to get into someone's house, then that's a very useful trait.
I think we need to just start calling Satoshi's Tanuki testicles. Tanuki testicles fix this. You know what I'm saying?
That's great. That's great for adoption. Totally.
Yeah, I think it's.
I never
the
knew it was
lesson is
called Tanuki. I always called it like the raccoon. Like that's what we just called it.
Yeah, I think the lesson is, if you're like a little kid, like definitely don't accept candy from like a small raccoon dog creature, or it will smother you with its testicles and steal your soul.
Great lesson. Anyone have any questions about Super Mario 3 in the audience that they want to ask?
Are there still people in the audience?
It's all about Super Mario 2. It's so much better.
Somehow there are.
No
Probably
way.
asleep.
1 and 3.
So if I'm eating mushrooms and I'm about to get on my mountain bike and bike around in the dark, which Mario character am I?
Eating mushrooms. You're about to get on a bike and ride around in
the dark.
Toad.
Yoshi?
Well, he's not a cannibal. I mean, he's not gonna eat
Are you
himself.
afraid?
He's Luigi.
Yeah. That's a good guess.
Toad eats mushrooms too.
Everyone in the
Wait,
mushroom
Toad
kingdom
eats
is
his
so
own
creepy.
He's a
family? Toad
cannibal.
eats his own family.
Yes.
You gross,
Yes.
Lamar. Come on.
You haven't seen this?
He doesn't
Fungi,
eat them.
fungi
He
eating
becomes
fungi.
them. He becomes more them.
Okay, there you go. I like that. He morphs them into. Okay, got you.
It's like the mycelium, you know.
That's right. We eat the mushroom, then the mushroom eats us.
Hey, P, what flavor of milkshake do you want?
Mint chip.
Mint chip. Gotcha.
Hold on. Are y'all like?
You know, Chris is just like building a profile on all of you, right?
Yeah. I like in the same. Are y'all roommates or something? Like, how are you getting them a mint chip milkshake?
He's my boyfriend.
I didn't know that. Man, why didn't y'all say something?
I'm up here working on stage, Chris, and you're doing me like that in the background.
He's doing you like that in the back.
Pause.
Wait.
Is fish working right now?
Wow.
Hi, can I get a mint chip chocolate shake for my boyfriend?
Please ask her if fish is working.
You don't have mint chip? No, I don't. Oh, he's gonna be really mad at me. Okay. Let me just get a chocolate one then.
Ask her if fish is working.
And my other boyfriend Alex wants a copy of the secret menu.
2 boyfriends?
We're gonna have to fight now.
You don't have a secret menu?
We did not talk about
Okay.
this.
Well then let me just get a bacon cheeseburger.
Ask for the secret menu. They're gonna pretend like they don't have one. What an idiot!
Secret menu.
They don't give you the secret menu. It's unwritten.
And that's it.
Did you wink
Anyone else
after you
need
asked
anything?
for the secret
Anyone
menu?
need something? All right, thank you.
Yeah, chili cheese fries.
Colin, where
Alex,
are you?
sorry,
You
they
should
don't
buy
have a secret menu.
fish some French fries.
That's to be in and out.
They didn't have.
Are
Fish
you
fries.
in and out?
Fish's work.
No, I said I'm at Whataburger. I said, does anybody need anything?
Whataburger. P, what were you saying?
Jeans, I just posted in PlebNet a link to an article that I found called. The website is www.theballreport.com, and the article is titled "What's the Deal with Tanuki Balls?" So you should go check that out.
Yeah, I just read that. I read that article, and then I read another little piece that said they used to use Tanuki fur goldsmiths to pound out gold balls into leaf. So that's what it all comes from.
Introduce you to it by showing you this.
Holy shit.
I don't know what was just happening,
They
but
just
I
turned
am all
their
about
balls into
I
flying
assure you there's a
devices.
perfectly reasonable explanation for this. Today I learned a history behind the Tanuki's magical mansack.
PTR.
Tanuki is a creature from Japan. It's an animal that is native to Japan. You didn't proofread this. It bears a strong resemblance to a raccoon, but the main difference between the Tanuki and the raccoon is that it's not. In English, it's normally referred to as a raccoon dog, even though it's neither a raccoon nor a dog. Anyway, it's not an uncommon sight in front of many shops and restaurants in Japan to see statues of Tanuki with comically large paws. So pervasive is the big bald raccoon dog in Japanese culture that there is even a children's song about it. Wow.
Holy shit.
Wow, indeed, Little Red Riding Hood. As you can see, the real
This is
Tanuki
amazing.
nowhere
I have to
near
go to
as valuable.
Japan.
Yeah, you thought these are the kinds of facts
Japan
my
is the
brain's filled
best.
with. When I
Japan
fall
is the
asleep,
Let's
best.
meet up there.
these things just read from encyclopedias over the years. If you PTR, you will see an image of a Tanuki.
Just get a train pass for a month and go to Japan and never look back. You can actually just like Airbnb your way around there in really nice places right now. Or in general, they're way more ahead than we are. Generally speaking, you're just like going to a mailbox and reaching into it. It's pretty funny. Go to Japan. It's incredible.
So just to be clear,
JR pass.
my profile pic is a Tanuki who has grown his testicles into a giant drum, and then there's 3 other smaller Tanuki who are beating the testicle like a drum and then dancing, just in case for the visually impaired members of the audience.
How can they show this on network television?
I won't pretend to understand. I just report the facts as I see them, Jinseth.
You have to look at that commercial I just dropped in PlebNet.
So Lee, what are they doing with their balls in your picture?
Don't have a ratings like PG-13. That's for mentally ill people.
You know what I really want to know is I want to know who the first person was to like draw these Tanuki nut sacks and like create this meme.
Well, okay, so there's a weird asphyxiation with a lot of the sexual organs in Japan in popular culture because of the censorship to do with the pornography and certain things there. A lot of the reasons tentacle porn and things exist, which again is far outside my scope of understanding, but is because that was legally allowed, right? Whereas actual,
Wait a second.
Excuse me, what is tentacle porn?
It's something that's
Oh,
really
no, don't
popular in
ask.
Japan.
Hold on, don't
Kelly.
pretend like
It's
you don't
exactly
know.
what it sounds like.
Yeah, so the
Alex,
What do
reason
you
that there's
mean
a
it's what it
culture there is
sounds
because of that
like?
censorship, right?
Alex, I'm
So
confused.
these stories and stuff.
Are you saying that there's censorship in Japan? Because I thought they had blurry vaginas. Like in
Yeah,
real
but so
life.
because of the blurry, what I'm saying is because of the blurry vaginas, their cartoons get really weird through sexual expression because they're like oppressed in that way. So like that expression comes out
No,
in
I'm saying that
culture in a lot of weird
blurry,
ways.
like if you have sex with a Japanese woman, you have a blurry vagina. Is that the
No,
case?
that's definitely, I can confirm that that's definitely not the case.
Alex, I have one question. I want you to answer it honestly. How many used panties did you buy out of vending machines while you were in Japan?
Yeah, and the schoolgirl cafes and stuff, man, it's a trip there. It's not my thing,
It's
but like
nuts.
it's a thing. It's a thing, right? And it's because there's this weird line of censorship and like things are legal and then they're not, and there's a lot of gangs that run that certain community in that area, and
Repressed society.
it's a repressed
So it's
society. That's a good way to
like
put
the
it.
kids that go to private Christian school and then they like
Yeah, and start sucking
get
all the dicks,
crazy because
and yeah.
okay,
Oh
makes
my God, is
sense.
that why?
Brittany,
Wait,
no.
P, is your
We just
picture
find out
not
the origin
authentic?
story, Brittany.
Oh my God, is that why I suck all the dicks?
P, wait, your
All of
picture's authentic, right?
What do you mean authentic? You mean like, is that really me?
Well, no, I mean, I assume it's just like an actual
That does look
shot
just like
from the wild. It does.
Yes, this is a living Tanuki creature that's having his balls fondled by another Tanuki. He's just off screen. The other Tanuki's name is Junseth, just to be clear.
So yeah, weird cartoons.
No.
It really, really is.
So, how excited are all of you for threshold signatures now that Taproot and Schnorr is locked in?
I'm excited for this burger and shake.
I'm angry you didn't get me the mint chip you promised. We're gonna fight about it when you get home.
Should I tell them that you're gonna hit me? Should I make it really awkward? I think my boyfriend might hit me because there's no milk chocolate chip.
The way you play it with it is just like you pretend like you're talking to him and be like, dude, they didn't have mint chocolate chip. What do you need? Like you have to like pretend like you're talking to him and get like emotional. Let us hear it.
Wait, everyone has to have silent mics though. I'll plug it into the car audio. And then P, you can just be an asshole.
If you really want to commit, you can always wrap your SUV around a post. Blame it on him. You made me do this, you fucking asshole.
Oh my gosh, I feel like I've been waiting in line for 30 minutes.
Me too.
Y'all don't have to mute your mics yet.
So Colin, going to Cabo in a couple of weeks with homegirl, with the wife, and I asked her if I could bring you, even if we're not bringing the kids.
All right, I'll see you there.
Yeah, that's where I was going with this.
Cabo's fun.
I'm gonna go sit in a hotel for 5 days and do nothing. Okay, I'm gonna work out a little bit, but besides that, that's all I'm gonna do. I'm not even gonna know I'm in Mexico. I could be anywhere and not even know the difference.
No, I'm grinding on work. I heard today. Someone, please feel free to confirm or deny this, but I heard mining companies are selling at 10 to 15x annual revenue. So now I'm like, well, shit, I need to be in my seat, grinding, getting.
I mean, you can just.
Sure, give me half.
No, but if you want to take it public, like, I'd love to fucking walk away from all of that and just hold more Bitcoin. Let's do it.
How many megawatts you got?
About 1 in Bitcoin, but a bunch more in other stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy.
The FPGA
like the market
farm,
is so
you could
hot.
probably
People
get
are paying so much money for these
Yeah,
companies.
our FPGA farm, you could probably get 100 to 1 for.
That is obscene. It's ridiculous how expensive this stuff is. And there are all these big PE funds that just have like so many motivated buyers out there that will just pay any price to get a foothold in the market. That means 10 megawatts of S9s is worth over $100 million.
Which doesn't make sense, being that we were buying them for $40 from Montreal.
Yeah, that's
like
that's
a year
what
ago.
I'm saying.
With power supplies. Welcome to the logistics of what makes the good guy biker business work.
No, it's not just that. Even if you paid $600 today, your cost for 10 megawatts would probably be something around like maybe 10 million bucks if you're running S9s and natural gas mining like we are. It's hard to get everything online, but once you do, 10 million bucks is worth over 100. It's just
we've done the math every way, because we have to do logistical turnovers like every 3.5 years, get the new equipment, right? So we're lucky we got S17s and S19s, but not a lot of people do. But if you're looking at the S9s, we're looking at our S9s, which are like really reliable, really like they just work fucking like forever.
Yeah, workhorses.
They
if you have cheap enough power,
they look like they're going to be profitable. Forever. They look like they're going to be profitable probably for the next 10 years, which is like different than any of the Bitcoin mining equipment we've ever had before. And it's just because there's like such a lag in the world market.
Yeah, as long as your power's cheap enough and as long as Bitcoin price keeps outpacing hash rate, it's going to be no issue. S9s are going to continue to be profitable.
Did you say that there's S17s and 19s now?
S19 Pros even. They were running like 15 grand each. I think they're like 11 or 10 now.
We don't have Pros, but we got the second batch.
It sounds like there's diminishing returns finally on ASIC miners for Bitcoin.
No, it's the opposite.
Well, it's more so a drop off. So the newer ones are way more efficient. So there's a curve that looks exponential, except the opposite way. I don't know what you call that. Negative exponential, where once you reach a certain power cost, the price falls off pretty steeply because most people don't have power less than 2 cents. So for example, in S9, you're paying significantly less per terahash or joules per terahash than you would for an S19 Pro, because it's a lot harder to be profitable long term with an S9 than a more efficient S19 Pro.
Okay, so now it's like the efficiencies aren't the hash per second, but it's more like the hash per second per energy is really the new metric.
Exactly, because your energy cost is what determines whether or not you're profitable. Well, your energy cost as it relates to the efficiency of your miner.
Yeah, like we use like a souls like a productivity per watt. Productivity per watt. Productivity per watt. Souls per watt.